Hi there, everyone. I'm Jennifer Angel. This is Weekly Wisdom. And today I want to talk about intentions, okay? So the intentions that you set, this is where it all starts from. And I'm just going to cover 3 points. So first of all, you want to make yourself a priority, okay? So, sometimes we just try to be there for everyone else and do, everything for everyone. And what happens then is we become last. And so we have these sort of thoughts about what we want to do, and then it just sort of goes out. Now, particularly this year, and particularly in January, if you want to go and sort of listen to my 2023 and my January overview videos, it's quite interesting what's happening this year. And really, it's all about starting off going within. So you want to just go within and set your intentions, like what is it that you want to achieve this year. I'm going to cover in other videos like goal setting and how to get things together. But right now, it just starts with, what do you want to achieve? What is like your overview package? And in some videos this year I'll go through getting your why too, and getting your story. Like, what is your story? Like, what is your why, your big why story, or how you want to get things, why you want to get things going for yourself. Okay, but there's something really sort of important about setting an intention and following through, because if you don't follow through, you then become out of integrity within yourself. Okay, so it's important to commit and follow through. So first of all, make yourself a priority. Second, you want to and making yourself a priority means just putting the time aside to really sort of think about it. I mean, different signs, when we look at astrology, will sort of deal with things differently, and the process of how you go about things is different. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a minute, and we'll have a little overview on that. But first of all, you got to put the time aside, and that's you time. Guess what? You deserve that. You deserve to have your goals and your visions and your dreams and your wishes. And so, just select one area of life for now and say, okay, this one area of life, this is my top priority. This is where I want to make some changes in life. Then you get clear. I mean, if you've been watching me for a while, I'm a big advocate for meditation, okay? And there's so many guided meditations from so many fabulous, skilled people. One I watch regularly is Dr. Joe Dispenza, because he's a neuroscientist. He has 10-minute meditations to 50-minute and more. And he's just such a brilliant man. He's dedicated his life to helping people get in touch with what they want and healing people, basically. Let him tell his story. So you want to get clarity, and, do that any way that you can. And then meditation, or just sitting in silence, or walking, and just spending some time by yourself to do that, and then asking yourself the right questions, like, what is it that I really want? Like, how can I access this? Where do I go for now? I mean, the questions that you ask yourself are really important. They can, you can get answers. Ask the question, you can get an answer. Also, I like to do that first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Quite often, I have a Cancer moon, so that, Cancer element in my chart, and not just for cancers. I mean, if you've got a Cancer element in your chart, or a water sign element in the chart, which, most people do, it's unusual not to have some water in your personal astrological chart, your blueprint. It'll help you just connect on that level and get those answers. So once you get the clarity, and we're only talking about one area of life, and we can just talk about one module or one segment in that area of life, and so then you make a plan. It's really important. So you start with your priorities, make yourself a priority, set your intention, get clarity, make a plan. And the third step is to commit and follow through. I mean, I do some work with one of the programs of John Assaraf, and one of his phrases that he's always saying is that, are you interested or are you committed? Because when you're just interested, it's easy just to like, it's not that important. You walk away, you don't commit to it, you don't follow through. If you're committed, and the way that you commit is to make sure it's something that you really resonate with, something that you love, the more connected you can be to your heart with everything that you do in life, whether it's work, relationships, the whole band of 8 areas of life, then the higher and the more powerful and potent your manifestation is, okay? So, get committed, commit to your plan and then follow through. And the way to follow through is to just chunk it down. I think that's an Aussie saying, just chunk it down into smaller, more achievable steps. And guess what? Then reward yourself, okay? Congratulate yourself. Every step that you achieve, say, okay, when I achieve this, I'm going to go and have a facial or buy a sports car or whatever it is to you. So, beforehand, as you're planning this out, plan what are going to be what's going to be your encouragement? What are going to be your encouragement rewards that you congratulate yourself, because guess what? Sometimes it's hard to commit and follow a plan. We have so many distractions in our life. And also, if you're not really loving it and you're not really connected to it, then it's going to be really hard to commit. And it's going to be even harder to follow through. So that's why I say it all comes back to your inner self. Everything starts from your inner self, okay? And I know that sounds like a cliche, but guess what? It's a cliche because it works. It's real, all right? So yeah, think about this. This is a great time to do that, to set intentions. And once you've finished with one area of life, when you feel that you got that under control and sits comfortably, go on to another area of life. But don't take on too much at one time, because, when you do that, then it starts to get a little overwhelming. All right, so as promised, let's have a look at each sign. So Aries, when they're setting intentions and setting priorities, are impulsive. It's like, let's do it and let's get it done. So you Aries, you want to work on that energy and say, okay, I love this, let's do it, let's move forward. Taurus, you like to ponder a little bit more, you like to sort of get down and sort of plan it out a little bit more and ponder about it, okay? So don't try to rush through. Geminis, you like to talk about it, okay? So, it helps you. You're an air sign, you're a talkative sign, you love to chat, you love connecting with people. It helps you to connect with someone and just to talk it through. Sometimes when you just hear it, when you speak it out loud, it makes more sense, okay? So use that. Cancer, you're good to sort of have time alone. It has to feel right. I always say to Cancer, you do all your work when you sleep. That term that says, let's sleep on it, it's really built for Cancer, I think. Works for me. I have a Cancer moon, so and so you want to put it out at, the end of the day, ask the questions at night just before you go to sleep, ask the question, ask for the answers to come. And in the morning, guess what? For me anyway, it works. I get clarity when I sort of wake up in the morning. I mean, okay, Leo, Okay, so the Leo needs to be, you need to really connect with everything in your life, Leo. You're such a strong, vibrant person. If you're going down a wrong road or a wrong path, it's like trying to put a round thing in a square hole, or however that saying goes. So make sure you're really connecting with it. Once you really connect, then you can commit. Virgo, you like to get organized, plan it out. I mean, I have a little Virgo in my chart, and I use for my planning, always sort of, talking about this, I use a system or an app called Evernote. I love it. I color coded, put little boxes, I can like tick it off and everything. It's really a very Virgo thing, okay? So that helps you to commit it, because it helps you to be accountable, okay, accountable to yourself. Libra, excuse me, Libra are going to look at the pros and cons. This is your process, okay? Like 2 columns, what's good, what's bad, what makes sense. And then when you see it, you're a cardinal sign. When you see it there in black and white, it then comes together for you, okay? So don't ever like procrastinate. No, I know that's textbook Libra, but no, it's more like you just like to get organized, it's like part of that, textbook thing that says you procrastinate. It's about you, looking at the pros and cons. Like, don't change that, it works for you. Then we've got Scorpio. Scorpio just like to get down to business, like says strategic, like, so how are you going to do it? Like, what's your process? Like, you have a process, you have a strategic sort of way of doing things. So once again, if that works for you, don't change it, no matter what else everyone else is doing. Sagittarius, you visualize, you love to visualize, you see the big picture. So, whatever, even though you're starting small and just working on one area, how does that connect to your big picture? And that's going to help you commit and move forward. Capricorn, Capricorn, we like to be organized, we like accountability. You want to be, either get a coach or, do what I do in Evernote and have my little forms of go in and tick, tick, tick every day to make myself accountable to myself, okay? And if it's connected to business, then, all the better. And Aquarius, get creative, Aquarius, don't take on too much. Don't take, think outside the dots. Just because something's working for someone else doesn't mean to say it's going to be right for you. You're the trailblazer of your own life, so stick to that. And Pisces, you're a jewel sign, all right? So you're like, the symbol, you got the 2 fishies sort of going each way. So one of them is highly intuitive, the other one is highly analytical. So you need to get the analytical and the intuitive, get it together, okay? One without the other is not going to be right for you. Don't get too caught up in your mind. Once again, you got to connect the mind and the heart. And when you can do that and it feels right, then you'll be able to commit and follow through. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful. This is a great thing to do right at the start of the year. A great thing to do anytime, honestly, but right now, the start of the year, then yeah, as Nike would say, just do it. Okay. All right, so love, wisdom, vision to you, and as always, to your success. And if you think that coaching or having someone else being accountable to it, then I would love to work with you. If you resonate with that, then I'll put down, below my calendar link, book a coaching discussion with me, or perhaps my self-mastery program will be good for you. A lot of people start from the self-mastery and then go into the coaching. But if you want to, have a chat about that, then certainly reach out to me. I'd love to talk you through that. All right. Bye for now. See you again soon.